That's, in my opinion, how addiction grows inside of you when you relapse. And that relapse refractory period is shorter and shorter and shorter every single time. Hello.
Hello.
Hi. I heard you're going down this scary path.
Yeah, I've been having some Hasan moments today.
Yeah, you're pulling up chatters and stuff. I'm here to tell you, don't do it.
Crazy.
Don't do it. Not even once.
To be fair, I feel pretty good about myself. Like, I think I really got it out my system. It was very cathartic. Yeah.
Yeah, no, it feels good. It definitely feels good. It's good to be honest. It's good to be honest with yourself. It's good to be honest with your audience. It's good to not want to seek validation and try to take the most even-keeled centrist approach every now and then, especially when you feel like something wrong is happening on a platform and a community that you like and that you want to foster positive vibes on. I'm just making jokes. No, it's great that you're popping off.
I think it always feels good as long as I can get my point across properly. But if I fuck up, it feels real bad.
No, I know. Well, don't worry. You got I'm sure people are very charitable regardless at this moment.
Thank you very much.
So what happened? You, I was playing Valorant, so I didn't hear, but you and Miskiff had a conversation yesterday.
You were playing Valorant.
No, I did. I talked to Slicker a little bit. Miskiff was talking to Slicker. Miskiff brought on Slicker yesterday, as people probably know. For those of you who don't know, Slicker himself has conned at the minimum $300,000 out of fans, mods, other content creators.
Why do you think he's not banned yet?
I have no idea. I don't know. I legit don't know. Oh, by the way, speaking of Valorant, I'm a bronze 1. I finally got my rank.
It's better than iron.
Oh, okay, that's impressive. I think that's impressive. No,
I don't know about impressive, but it's better than iron.
Is my audio bad on your end? People are saying that it's horrendous on your end or something.
Yeah, but I think I fixed it. Chat, did I fix it?
Okay.
Did I fix it, chat?
Is it loud
it's good now.
Okay.
No, it's good now. It's good now. Don't worry. It was me. I was trying to adjust it.
Okay, yeah. So,
okay, so Miskiff's stream, I honestly wasn't really there for the Slicker part, so I can't really speak to that much, but I hopped on with him and Devin Nash, and we started talking about gambling on Twitch in general, and one of the things that was brought up was Devin proposed an idea where for the Christmas week of December, if they still don't ban gambling by then, we get a group of large streamers to go on strike and to not stream that whole week, because that would really fuck up
collective
Twitch's,
action. That's crazy.
Yes, we're unionizing, brother.
I love
Would
that.
Would you do it? Would you do it?
Yes, of course.
Let's
I did it
go.
I did it in a way less organized capacity in the past.
Actually, it was Destiny's idea, but Devin pitched it.
No, I think it's a great idea. I love that. It's
You're
also, I mean, it's not one person's idea. This is something that has been done time and time again. There's a long history of this. My community has participated in things like this in their own workspaces. So I'm fully
I just
on
mean
board with
specifically to Twitch. If you're in, that's fucking huge. I'm in. Miz is in. We're going to try to get OTK in. Maybe get as many friends as possible. Someone donated to me today, and they said, you know what you should do? If you guys go through with that week, you should get Lud to host a bunch of YouTube events so that it benefits YouTube and takes away from Twitch at the same time. And I was like, whoa.
Yeah, I mean, we could do that. I've done that before when I got banned for the C word.
True.
I did.
You say C word now?
Well, I do say C word now because I don't want to get banned again. You know what I mean?
Do people say it in general?
No. Everybody still,
Okay.
I'm fairly certain in the real world and not in the Twitch world, I'm fairly certain people don't actually take offense to that word at all.
I'm really clueless about it, to be honest.
And yes, YouTube has a lot of faults and a lot of failures overall, but
True.
ironically, gambling streams is not one of them. They are very, very,
Dude,
very
thought
adamant
that
about not allowing gambling.
Yeah. I thought that might be the one reasoning for Twitch to keep it around, because like maybe they don't want to lose that competition to YouTube, but YouTube doesn't even allow it already.
Yeah. Like YouTube gave Gideon a strike for promoting gambling when he wasn't even fucking promoting gambling. He was like reacting to someone talking about how gambling was bad, which is crazy. And that sort of stuff happens all the time for, you know, when a platform is like really, really aggressive about their terms of service. It just goes to show, like, you know, people even catch strays on it, but they are very adamant on that, I think, from what I understand. I am genuinely and legitimately surprised that Twitch has not taken a stance on it, but I do understand why, partially because of I responded to your tweet yesterday. This has overtaken the professional sports world as well. It used to be very controversial. It used to be really bad if you had like gambling streams or not gambling streams, sorry, gambling sponsors or whatever. Like gambling and professional sports were basically separate from one another. But now it has become a fundamental part of professional sports. And it's actually changing the dynamic of professional sports, as a matter of fact, because like there's more opportunities for prop betting. There's more, you know, DraftKings is one of those, DraftKings is one of those major sponsors. And you even
I feel like that's not a good thing.
No, it's not.
But if we continue to allow, like, I understand what you're saying, the reasoning why, but regardless, that doesn't change the course of action that we should take.
No, of course not. And as you know, I've been pretty vocally against it on the platform for the longest time. Like, I mean, since the jump. And my position on it has been very consistent, and I've never shied away from saying my piece on it. So much so that what?
Sometimes the way you talk is kind of funny because it's actually like you're a politician.
Really?
Yeah. Not in a bad way. It's just kind of funny because it's not usually how streamers talk. Like, my stance on this has been very consistent since the beginning of my...
Because I'm news mode right now. This is Monday. This is when I cover the news.
I've been saying this shit since day one, okay? This is fucked up and I'm so pissed. You know, it's... Well, I wish I could talk like that too.
I'm in news mode. That's why. That's what it is. Because this is when I cover the news. No, and this is news. So, the thing I wanted to say, and I think like one of the worst parts about this is like I understand how comprehensive a widespread, full-blown ban would look like, and that is understandably not something Twitch is going to do. It's something no platform would ever do. Like, because then you arrive at the idea that like CS:GO crates, like, are they gambling? FIFA crates, like, you know, or card openings, like that, they're technically, you know, a form of gambling.
I get what you're saying, but you recognize that I think just about everybody is just asking for gambling websites, crypto gambling websites to be banned.
Yes.
We're not talking about poker. We're not talking about CS:GO boxes. We're not talking about any of those things.
Yes.
Because this issue didn't really exist like 2 years ago.
Yes, that is precisely what I was going to say. So so you can completely separate those things which are like secondary or only related to gambling in a not immediate sense, and then tackle the largest problem at the tip of the iceberg, which is crypto gambling. It has no checks. It has no regulation. It has no, like, it's run out of Curacao for this specific reason. And there are no safeguards between a young person or even an older person, like someone with money or with no money at all, from going onto this website, logging on, and dumping a bunch of money. It is difficult to take the money out, but it's certainly very easy to put the money into the website. And that is where a lot of people lose out, right? So
it pains me how dumb people are sometimes.
Yeah.
Like, did you see my alt tweet today?
No. You have an alt Twitter? Leaked.
Yeah.
Leaked. What is it? Link it to me.
I made my alt Twitter like a year before yours.
Leaked. What is it? What is it? Link it to me in the. Also, your prime minister is being really cringe on Maine right now. He's singing the Queen's classic ballad, Bohemian Rhapsody, in tribute to the late Queen Elizabeth II, but that's besides the point.
He's singing?
Yeah, he's singing. He's such a theater kid.
He's singing?
Yeah. Anyway, but that's, you don't have to look at that right now. Okay, look. Tweets like these are such a goddamn snooze. Lol.
No. You have to look at the quote retweet.
Please ban
first
gambling. Twitch says Heel Mike. My child watched an 18+ casino stream and stole my credit card, set up a VPN, made a crypto wallet, connected to my bank account to the crypto wallet, set up an online casino account, deposited money and lost it all. It's all the streamer's fault, not my fault. Tweets like these are such a goddamn snooze. Lol, child too dumb to gamble, but in reality, many 14 to 18-year-olds are capable of this, have admitted to it, and an adult addiction matters too. If you don't give a fuck about anyone besides yourself, just say so and move on. Yeah, I mean, they don't. The reality is, like, on the one hand, you have something that is, like, genuinely hurting people, right? And then also, on the other hand, you have streamers making money and telling their communities that this is all ultimately a bad thing, but it doesn't matter because they're making money. That's it. Those are the two sides to this argument.
I'm well aware of that, but it's just so exhausting to see people pretend like that's not the case. Just throw blame on other random shit.
Yeah.
It's
what about this? What about that?
Disingenuous. And the thing that pains me the most is there are people who lack the critical thinking skills to think past that, and they will take this joke tweet and they'll be like, oh, wait, haha, that's true. And they will actually believe it. They will run with that logic.
Yeah, well, that's because I think people, especially when, like, no one wants to be wrong, right? But if you have a favorable opinion of one streamer over the other, and your favorite streamer is saying that it's good, and you also are marrying that with the feeling that you don't ever want to look like you're in the wrong, you're gonna grasp at straws. You're gonna look for any out that you can, which is why these like whataboutisms often appear as like an escape hatch. You know what I mean? You just pulled the ripcord and you're like, well, what about drinking? Or what about this? What about that? And there's always a counter to all of those things if you want to talk about it seriously. And it's usually the same argument, which is safeguarding and regulating certain vices like gambling in the real world versus the lack of such safeguards within
online.
Yes, within online gambling and within crypto gambling.
And lowering the barrier of entry only leads to more people getting addicted.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Like,
he's in my chat and he said, what is the point of an 18+ stream if we have to follow PG guidelines? I feel like the response to this has been stated a billion times. Clicking a button is no 18+ verification.
Yeah. I mean, it just doesn't work that way. Like, everybody knows that.
Like, you've been under 18 before. Lord knows you've clicked that button likely many, many, many times before.
That's illegal. Pokimane, that's illegal. I can't believe you just promoted
maybe. I'm saying the Lord might know the illegal things that you've done. And I'm not saying people should. I'm
Allah
saying
is
people
always watching.
do. He really is.
Yeah. Yeah, I can't believe you just said people lie on the internet. But
one-click deterrent.
So that's not even, like I said, 18+ is like an understandable provision if you want to. It's an understandable thing that you can put on, but that doesn't change the reality that, like, one, adults are getting hooked on the crypto gambling shit too.
Yeah.
And crypto gambling in and of itself has very, very little threat, like no safeguards whatsoever preventing you from, getting on the website. Because technically, every time in crypto gamble with a fucking VPN, especially if you're in like America or whatever, you're already doing it illegally. That's the thing. Like, you're already engaging in a bunch of different things that you're not supposed to be doing regardless, which is why they can just not pay you as well. I don't think people recognize that.
I'm so curious. I've never heard a story of anybody even withdrawing this money. Like, do streamers even withdraw their money on these websites?
That's the other part of it. Like, the IRS is going to come up their fucking asses too, because they think like crypto, because like it's gambling with cryptocurrency. A lot of people, I think, genuinely think that it's just not, it's not an asset that the IRS can tax. and they just like keep
But
it in
when
crypto.
you start withdrawing millions,
yeah. And you know, there is a lot there that is changing rapidly. 87,000 new agents, baby. Joe Brandon.
what does that mean?
Joe Biden is beefing up the IRS so that
Is
there
he?
are more. Yeah. So it's just basically modernizing the IRS because their record keeping is like from literally the moon landing era. Like they still use floppy disk and shit over there. So they're like
No
modernizing
fucking
it.
way.
But Republicans think it means that like 87,000 new armed agents are going to come to their house and
They're
take their gun.
transferring everything via USB only, strictly USB.
Not even USB, no, floppy disks. That's not a joke.
Can you do me a favor?
What's up?
I'm really hungry and I want to get a snacky. Can you pull up my chat with your chat and just entertain everybody at once?
Okay, I can do that.
Thank you. I'll be right back.
I already look at other people's chats and yell at them regardless. Let's see. Okay. I don't think this whole rant is against gambling or gambling addiction. Honestly, I believe you are using XQC, a debt breakup, to try to take down XQC stream, guarding yourself behind a gambling issue shield. Well, my friend, why did I talk about this 2 years ago then when XQC was still in a relationship and had actually personally... Oh, wait, am I a moderator on our chat? Oh, fuck, I'm not. I wish she modded me so I could just fucking clap ass cheeks in there too. That would be great. Double daycare, double the fun. If anything, it looks like he's trying to cover from his changes by going hard into this gambling stuff. I mean, it doesn't matter. You can use the plus chatterino. Oh, to see her chat? Yeah, I could do that. Hold on 1 second. I'm gonna do that actually. I'm not a mod in your channel, Iman. Can you hear me?
What's up?
I'm not a mod in your channel.
Hold on.
You didn't mod me. I was trying to clap cheeks in there, and
You can. There you go.
yeah, let's go.
Wait, did that work?
Oh, get ready,
Did it
everybody.
work?
Yeah, it did. It sure did.
Okay,
Hold on.
Let's go.
Wait, you modded me, and then I got my
Banned?
no, my keyboard disconnected. But we're good now. Okay, it's done. It's a wrap.
Go off. I'm so curious to see who you'd ban.
No. There was one who was like, there was someone who was saying like, it seems like you're just covering this issue because you just want to take down XQC or whatever, which is his narrative, which is silly because I just want XQC to be all right. And also, I've talked about this many times over. Back when we were definitely much closer friends, even then. And I'm not gonna.
I want a little bit more than just XQC to be all right. Because honestly, almost no matter what happens to him, he's going to be all right. What I really want is for, especially the young, impressionable viewers of his, not to end up becoming addicted to gambling.
No, absolutely.
I care about that a lot more than whether or not XQC is all right.
You're absolutely
with
correct
his millions
on that.
of dollars from gambling.
I meant like be all right as in like do the right thing. That's what I meant. And doing the right thing in that circumstance would just be to not gamble anymore. Straight up. That is what I was talking about.
I agree.
And it's not just XQC, it's so many other people as well.
I agree.
Yeah.
So I don't know how I'm gonna have my snack without also chewing in your ear. You know what I mean?
ASMR. This is my community getting free ASMR right now. What's up?
I was
Hello?
saying I can mute.
No, it's all good. It's free ASMR. What are you talking about? Don't you have an ASMR channel?
Not anymore.
Wait, what? Really? Why?
Yeah, because it's like so old. It was just a chapter I wanted to close.
You want the ASMR chapter is
So
over?
this is all we've got.
Okay, well, you can, you still can get it here, everybody. Twitch.tv/Pokimane, Twitch.tv/Hasanabi.
I really thought you were gonna say just your Twitch.
Yeah, no, of course not. But yeah, there are a lot of people that are doing this still, and they just straight up would not do it if they weren't getting a fat bag on top of like the already fat bag that they get. We all get it. Look, we're very fortunate people. I just think that like there is no fucking way. Two ways that this would stop, like 100%. At least for someone like XUC, like he would probably still gamble no matter what, but he would never do it if it wasn't good content for him. Like if he was like hitting 30K while gambling, he's not doing it. He would stop tomorrow.
I do think his viewership goes down, though.
It does, but it doesn't matter. He's on contract, and it's still high enough, so it's fine.
True.
But regardless, this is not about XUC. This is a much larger conversation. Oh, that does not look good. What the fuck?
Oh my god, you saw? Yeah, I've never seen a carrot. Sorry. I've never seen a carrot have a butt like this.
Yeah, that looks kind of rank.
So I'm only gonna eat the other end.
Yeah.
Do you eat hummus usually?
Do I eat hummus? Of course I eat hummus. What do you mean? I'm Turkish.
This one's really good. It's from Baba Foods. Isn't that cute?
Oh wait, show me the brand. I think I've had that before. Did you get I think it's like a Sprouts one, right?
They might sell it at Sprouts. I got it at a farmer's market,
never mind.
So I'm not sure.
Baba Foods?
Mm-hmm.
No, I've never seen that.
It's really good.
Yeah, my chat's saying we only hate hearing you eat. We love our Queen Pokimane can give us all the free ASMR poggers.
There you go.
Hasan is only here to milk it. Clout chasing Andy says bourbon bacon. Let's go.
Shut the fuck up, Hasan.
Let's go. Wait, what the fuck is this? Hasan likes kids? What the fuck?
Okay, too far.
Dude, my haters are the most fucking deranged, dude. They're literally just mentally not all there.
Okay, but that guy saying that you're clout chasing, that's
that's
dumb. You shouldn't even read it out.
I know. I probably shouldn't, but I can't stop myself. The thing is, the problem there is like you can't win. Like LSF for months on end told me that I wasn't like hard enough on XQC when he would like fuck up when, you know, during the Rust saga, Among Us saga, all this other shit, even though I did criticize him, but they were like, you're not criticizing him hard enough. You know, you're clout chasing, you're dick riding because he's your friend, you're defending him. So then when he started doing things that I genuinely thought was like not acceptable, that I thought was like not good at all, like really bad, then it became I'm clout chasing because I'm criticizing him.
Yeah, I understand. Hear me out though.
What?
Your average LSF viewer, are they someone that you admire or look up to or think highly of?
Not really. I mean, they're on Reddit, but also at the same time, it's just bad PR. And then I think like overall, it creates it fosters like a negative space. So even most people are too busy in their daily lives to like know every little thing that's happening in your stream world, right? So they just kind of see that negativity and they kind of go off with it. They're like, oh yeah, people are saying he sucks. So maybe he does, and you know this better than anyone else because this happens to you all the time too, in the most unjust way.
Yeah, we talk about this shit.
Yeah, we have.
I get what
haters.
you're saying, but I mean, LSF is, it's not as impactful as you think because honestly, if people are following your every word that much on LSF, they're still gonna tune into your stream. They want to know what's next. Public perception, especially of streamers, especially someone like you know, like you might not feel controversial, but because you discuss controversial topics, you will intentionally or unintentionally be considered controversial. So the perception of you from a viewer's perspective is probably going to fluctuate. Obviously not your community or the people that love you, but other people. But just know when they hate you, give them a month or two, they're going to love you, then they're going to hate you, then they're going to love you, and they're going to hate you, whatever the fuck.
Yeah. Yeah, no, that's certainly true. It's hard not to let it get to you every now and then, but you know, I think I do a decent job, especially like
I think you do.
When I got myself banned off LSF, that was so awesome because I had so much mental clarity for such a long time, you know. It was so good. I just
Your
never
third
went on
eye
it.
opened.
Yeah, I just never went on it. Like I had you know, I just never thought about it. and it was great.
Actually, something I learned from you
What?
is to just farm the drama and farm the hate. Not that I always lean into it.
No, that's not
But
always
you
good.
are going to be live at 11 a.m. PST no matter what the fuck.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter who said what. You're going to be live and you're going to keep doing your thing. But honestly, for me especially, many times over the last like 8 years, there are times where shit just gets so overwhelming. I kind of just take time to myself and I create some distance. But honestly, farm that shit if you want. And oftentimes, you'll end up changing people's minds or just growing your channel anyways.
Yeah.
And making the haters more upset. So
That usually what I end up doing is like the reason why I talk about these sorts of things, especially on the platform. I mean, gambling is an entirely different one. I have an addiction issues I have talked about many times again, with my personal experience with it as well. But I like to.
experience?
Yeah, I mean, I struggled with addiction. I struggled with alcohol addiction. I
Really?
yeah,
I never knew
struggled
that.
with cigarettes as well. I mean, I still chew nicotine gum. That really saved me. But I think it's a really big problem overall. But what I like to do usually in this situation is like drive home a larger point about American culture or our values in general. Like yesterday when we were talking about the slicker thing, like one of the things I talked about was the importance of like empathizing even with bad people that have done really bad things, because like they themselves are also victims to addiction as well, even though Slicker didn't help that at all, especially because he just he just came across like he was not even remotely remorseful about all of the awful things that he had done. He just like kept
He
memeing
seems
about
so
it and shit.
oddly numb.
Yeah, which it was weird. I mean, I'm happy that he's not like suicidal, but also, you know.
Yeah. Yeah. Did you hear? He said he wants to become an Uber driver. He's like, I actually like that part. He was like, I can't return to streaming ever, even though he's not banned. He's like, I'm just going to go be an Uber driver. I was like, okay. I like that.
Yeah, I mean, you know, make money on honest means. Yeah, that could be a good thing. But yeah, I wanted him to like open up to his family. He didn't want to do that. I wanted him to, you know, make an honest and earnest effort to account for all of the money that he had stolen. You know what I mean? And he didn't. He said it was too much work. Like that kind of shit was, you know, that was a little. It was just ridiculous to me, I think. But you know, we'll see. We'll see what happens. Only time will tell.
I really would like if Twitch spoke up soon. Because this is getting a bit unbearable, to be honest.
Yeah. It is. I think Twitch, just like any other platform, is just not going to. Twitch, just like any other platform, is not going to want to rock the boat until it's like the last moment, until they have to say something about it. Until they have to say something about it when it becomes mainstream news. That's it. You know what I mean?
Do you mind
what?
if I ask you a bit more
No,
about
go
your
ahead.
history with addiction?
No, that's fine. I mean, I've talked about it on stream before. I used to be a big binge drinker. I would black out all the time. I got arrested for a DUI. And I was lucky because like it was actually an instance where I was not drunk driving, and that's the reason why I only got arrested but never actually prosecuted for it. But certainly, like if I'm being honest, there were definitely times when I had, you know, there definitely had been times where I had, and after that, I had really good friends. I was very fortunate. I had a support system that pulled me aside and was like, bro, this is, you know, you got to stop. And I quit cold turkey, and I stopped drinking for a year. And now I don't really drink either. I still don't really drink. Every now and then I'll drink one, but I've talked about this before. Like, you know, addiction is anyone who has sobered, or anyone who has like struggled with addiction knows that it's a lifelong struggle. It just never goes away. You can figure out ways to manage it if you're really lucky. Many people are not. If you're really lucky, you can even like, you know, sometimes dip your toe back in. I do not suggest that for anyone though. Like I said, I was very It's just, it is a lifelong struggle regardless. And that was one of those instances that was really hard for me to deal with. But that's part of the reason why I know more about myself, about my addictive personality, which is why I am very careful with things that I launch myself into. I try to manage what I call healthy addictions, like streaming is definitely one, and working out, eating right. These are things that I hyper focus on. But it can get out of hand. But at least, like, if my streaming addiction is getting out of hand, I'm still working. You know what I mean? And I love what I do, and it's very fulfilling for me.
What about cigarettes and nicotine?
Cigarettes and nicotine is actually a really good. Well, cigarettes in general is actually a really good way to manage addiction, or to talk about addiction. You start smoking cigarettes. A lot of people start smoking cigarettes because they think it looks cool. Okay. And it kind of does. Let's be real. Sorry. Can
you
really
elaborate
bad.
On what you mean by that?
I mean, I thought it looked cool when I was smoking.
No. Sorry, not it looking cool, but it being a good way to manage addiction.
Oh, cigarettes is a good way to talk about managing addiction or how addiction works. For me, I've talked about it before on my stream as well, where you start a little bit. Some people never actually smoke a second cigarette ever again or want to smoke a second cigarette ever again. But the way I analyze addiction from my smoking addiction was informative, at least for me and for others as well when I've talked about it, where I see addiction as like the time period between your first ever cigarette and your entire pack a day smoking habit developing, shortening every single time you smoke and you quit smoking and you relapse. So the first time you ever smoke a cigarette, from that point on to get to an entire pack a day is going to take you maybe a year. For some people, it's going to take a month. For others, it's just going to always stay social. A lot of people are social smokers. They smoke when they drink. They smoke when they're outside with other people. There is a camaraderie that comes along with it, right? And then every smoker has probably experienced this. They quit, okay? They quit smoking, and they start feeling better, and they stop smoking for a month, and then one night on a weak moment, right? They go out to a bar, someone's smoking, and they say, "Hey, you want a cigarette?" And you go, "Yes, sure, I'll have one. Why not?" Okay? And then you smoke that first cigarette, and then you start bumming cigs off of people over and over again every time you go out. And the more you bum, the more you're like, okay, it was fine. I'm still bumming. I'm not like buying a pack or anything. And then at a certain point, you decide, this is how addiction creeps back into your life. You say, hey, you know what? I'm sick and tired of bumming cigarettes. I'll just buy a pack, but I'll give it to other people. Okay? So you go and you buy a pack. You go and you buy a pack of Marlboro Reds. Okay? Or you buy fucking the one with the, God damn it, the one that's like a chimney.
The Camel.
No.
The guys.
I was never a big.
Muscle.
I was a Marlboro Red guy, but no, the one, not Newport's, chat.
Old Ports.
No, American Spirits. I said chimney, and some people got it. Then you get American Spirits because they're like not as tasty and they're not as good, and it lasts longer. But you buy a pack of American Spirits, and you're like, hey, you know what? I'm gonna give this to other people, right? Because addiction is like rewiring your brain every moment and trying to get you to, justify your actions, regardless of whether or not you recognize that shit is killing you, right? And you buy a pack and you're like, well, I'm going to give it to other people because I'm bumming. I'm sick and tired of bumming. And then before you know it, a month later, you're smoking a pack a day. You're waking up and the first thing you do is rush to the fucking balcony, open the door, no matter how fucking cold it is outside, and light one up. Okay? And you're smoking an entire fucking pack a day and you're back in it. That window of time between your first cigarette that you smoke versus the entire pack a day when it's like the final worst place you can get to, that window shortens every single time you quit smoking and then start smoking again. That's, in my opinion, how addiction grows inside of you when you relapse. And that relapse refractory period is shorter and shorter and shorter every single time. It's the same with drinking as well. And a lot of people cannot manage it at all, which is why, addiction is a lifelong struggle, no matter what.
And especially with vapes becoming much more common, I have been so surprised to hear, even of friends that I have, that cannot go a night without waking up in the middle of the night and hitting their vape. And
yeah, vaping is really fucking bad.
To some extent, that's like normalized to them.
Yeah. Because your brain is working, constantly to tell you that, like, while everything is telling you that what you're doing is wrong and it's fucking you up because you're having a hard time walking up a fucking flight of stairs like you're 75 years old and you wake up with a coughing fit in the middle of the fucking night, like, that's not good. And your body is literally going, stop doing this shit. You're killing yourself. But your brain is like, no, but it feels so fucking good. So we're going to do everything we can to make you continue doing this. It's like the devil on your shoulder.
Mm-hmm. Have you ever done something that you either regretted or didn't agree with due to your addiction or some sort of desire from your addiction?
I mean, smoking a pack a day, that's like irreparable. You know what I mean? I've caused irreparable harm to my fucking lungs, probably. But as far as like alcohol goes, certainly, absolutely. I mean, I just told you, I got arrested for a DUI. It's pretty bad.
Mm-hmm.
It's probably one of the worst things you can do, as a matter of fact. So, yes.
Yeah, the only reason I ask is because I think one of the things that a lot of people don't understand, especially if you've never either personally dealt with addiction or have known someone that has, is how addiction can change a person's behavior to the point of you not being able to recognize them and them not even being able to recognize themselves. Like, addiction will truly take over a person's entire life. I had a friend in university who was so smart, straight A's, not just like borderline genius, but really, really lively. Like, when I say beautiful, I mean like beautiful soul, like that kind of a person. Mm-hmm. Like, both socially smart and in class, like really a joy to be around. And over time, I found out that he struggled with addiction to many like hard drugs. And I got to know him very, very well. And to slowly over time also learn about certain things he would do, whether it's lying or stealing, things that were just so clearly not in line with who he was. It almost felt like addiction was like a second face that he had, or like a mask that he felt like he had to put on sometimes.
Yeah. And that's how functioning alcoholics work too. Like, I don't know. But yeah, that's just, you just have to keep it going.
Yeah, it just makes me sad to see people treat addicts like, oh my God, they stole or they lied or they did this terrible thing. What you don't understand is like what it feels like to have a chemical addiction to something. Like, it will rewire your brain entirely. But that doesn't mean that like there isn't a good person underneath there. It just means that they need help.
Yeah, no, absolutely. It's very Canadian of you to approach this subject with empathy rather than immediately be like, this is a moral failure. Because Americans, unfortunately, are very they're very cut and dry when it comes to what they consider to be a criminal element, where they think it's they think a lot of people, whether they recognize it or not, think that like poverty is moral failure and not a result of systemic problems that are completely outside of your control. They think that they have this like moral absolutist position on addicts where they're like, fuck addicts. You know what I mean? Whereas, like, no, they definitely deserve empathy. And criminalizing addiction, unironically, makes it significantly worse. Criminalizing addiction makes it so much worse. These people need treatment. They don't need jail, right? Even if they've done horrible things, and they should atone for that. Yeah, they should definitely atone for the horrible things that they've done. Ultimately, I always like to push for a empathy first approach when it comes to this sort of stuff.
I agree. Like, as simple as it is, it's actually funny that you mentioned that, because I do recall in school having classes where they tried to teach us how to put ourselves in someone else's shoes. And like, to any chatter out there, do you feel like you're a good person? If you feel like you're a good person, you try not to lie, you don't steal, etc., etc. Imagine you became addicted to a drug, any drug, like physically, chemically addicted. You need to know, no matter how good of a person you think you are right now, you can get to a point where you would do the worst things for another hit, because that's how deep addiction runs. And so if you can accept that that is the reality of how addiction functions, why can't you understand that someone else might also be in that same situation? If you ended up there, would you not want people to help you? No, would you not think back to like, I was a good person before I became addicted? Would you not want someone else to get the same help that you would want for yourself? It's really, really that simple to me.
You're literally describing like how to do empathy.
No, I know, but the crazy thing is, like, when I read these Twitter replies, I feel like people can't do that, and I cannot relate, and I think that's why it makes me so mad.
By the way, we're not even talking about Slicker at this point. We're talking about just like people who become addicted to everything.
Yeah.
Like anything and everything that like ruins their rewires their brain. Okay. And that they do horrible things. And obviously you're never going to solve every single problem, right? You're never going to solve every single problem. So what you're supposed to do is at least try to use the government, regulation, rules, laws to try to mitigate as much of the problem as possible. That's why we do not live in a society devoid of any sort of laws or rules whatsoever. Everyone has to agree on it, and it should be a democratic process, certainly. But ultimately, there's a very good reason why we have these measures in place that stop people from going into a casino and dumping, their parents' credit card or however much money they have into that casino.
Yeah, ultimately it's about trying to lower the amount of people that end up in these situations and end up addicted. And that's why allowing for crypto gambling, not only its mere existence online, how accessible gambling becomes just by having websites you can go to do that, like that is unprecedented access. Not just that, but allowing it to just be freely advertised and showcased on Twitch to hundreds of thousands of people is insanity.
Yeah, I don't understand why they don't see that. Like, at any given moment, when you click on like the top live streams on the platform, you're gonna see like 3 or 4 out of the top 10 streamers just straight up doing slots, which is like the most degenerate form of this, because it's like gamified. Every part of the slot machine is created to captivate you. Chatters, if you don't understand it, let me describe it to you. There are people work very long hours in trying to figure out how to suck you in and to get you to lose money, because ultimately the house always wins, right? We all understand that. And that's how slots work for the most part. Yeah, you have quants, you have people working at Stanford, all these like fucking institutions that literally work to try to figure out the best possible way to get you to dump your money. And the way that gambling works, especially the way that casinos work, is that they will literally give you free money to go gamble there, right? Because they know out of every 10 person that they reach, and I don't know the exact number right now, but out of every 10 person that they reach, one is going to be what they consider a whale, a lifelong gambling addict. That is their revenue strategy. Their revenue strategy is to literally cast as wide a net as possible so they can get the fucking whales through the door.
Bro, it's like if a drug dealer gives you free drugs.
Yeah, I mean,
Oh my
wait, what? They do
God.
that. They do that.
I know, that's why it's so, like, to draw that parallel, I wish people would understand it's very similar. I think sometimes people sit at home and they're like, my willpower is strong, that could never be me. That's not the case. Like, if that is your logic, you genuinely just don't understand how addiction functions.
Yeah.
Actually, two things. One, I just want to say, if this means anything to anybody at home, the wonderful people that I was speaking of, the friend that I had made in university, unfortunately lost his life to addiction. So that's one of the reasons why I'm so passionate about this. Not only that, but also, if anything, I feel like I'm glad that I was able to meet him and truly understand what it looks like to know someone who has an addiction like that. And the fact that it's not just, oh, if someone's addicted, it's their fault. They must be a bad person. They made bad decisions. That's really, really, really not the case. Secondly, I was hoping, Hasan, maybe you will be able to better elaborate on this, because I can't. Like, I can try, but I think you might be able to do a better job. I think a lot of people really, really like to compare addictions, whether drug, gambling, and then they want to compare it to things like porn addiction, to food addiction. Like, of course, people can be addicted to different things, but I think certain addictions are much, much more severe and debilitating, and they have a higher likelihood of ruining your life and the lives of those around you, or causing you to take your own life. So could you maybe, especially if you know anything scientifically, or if anyone in chat does, I'm just aware of the fact that there's a large difference between these two, and that's why it's not easy to compare them. But if you can elaborate on why that's the case.
Between the two of what? Gambling versus other kinds of addictions? Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah. Yeah. Sorry, go ahead.
No, go ahead. What were you going to say?
I was going to say, especially when people compare it to like porn addiction or food addiction, it's like, I feel like those are not as comparable to gambling addiction.
So the way gambling addiction works, for most people who don't understand it, I'll describe it. Gambling addiction is not about being addicted to winning. It's actually, and there have been many studies conducted on this, it's about the moment leading up. Did you just ban Mo?
Oh my God.
Oh my God. What the fuck did he say? Oh no!
I can't. I can't. I really can't. I don't want to say anything mean, so I kind of had to.
Oh no! I mean, he's a big gamble boy, isn't he?
I used to have so much respect for him as like a fellow Middle Eastern brother, a streamer of a long time. I think I played CS:GO with him at one point. But his recent takes on gambling, I cannot stand.
Damn, your mods are so quick. I gave him the
time of day once on Twitter. That's all I can do. That is really all I can do.
Your mods are so fucking quick, Pokey. I was trying to clap someone, and they literally got to them before me. And I'm the fastest in the fucking game. I'm the fastest in the fucking game normally. Holy shit.
It's like whack-a-mole, you know?
Yeah. Anyway, as far as I feel you on that, it does suck when you see someone, especially when you see a men, a boy or girl fucking on the timeline defending shit that's like not great. You're like,
I've just started unfollowing. I can't deal anymore. I can't. I don't have the heart for it.
Yeah. What I was gonna say is, as far as gambling addiction goes, many people do not understand this. You're not actually becoming addicted to the rush of winning. Okay. Your brain activity spikes in the moments before you actually before you actually figure out whether you won or not. That's what you are addicted to. You're addicted to that moment of uncertainty. Okay? Fuck you, Connor Eats Pants. Resubscribe for 38 months. Says, I hate Pokimane. Hasan sucks.
I know.
Anyway, so that is actually the anticipation is what you are addicted to. And XQC himself has talked about this with you even, I believe, where he's like, nothing feels good anymore. Like, that's the only part of your life that you're like excited about. because it's such a powerful feeling that you want to recreate over and over again. And especially when you're playing in like super high stakes, when you're like dumping, 75 grand on a fucking spin over and over and over again, that becomes your base point. You're never going to go back to like, doing slots with like pennies and feel that way as well. So it is terrifying. In my opinion, and that's part of the reason why it's so fucking damaging. With porn, you can be addicted to anything. Addiction is more of a personal problem than anything else. Like you can wire your brain. I was addicted to, and I've talked about this before, I was addicted to role play, like No Pixel. It literally ruined my fucking life. People make jokes about it, okay? And it's not the same as like, obviously it's nowhere near the same as like alcohol addiction or anything like that. But you can be addicted. I'm an addict.
Dude, can I just say you can go from being like, porn addiction. I was addicted to roleplay. And then you're talking about GTA RP. Like,
yeah, oh, sorry. Yes, I'm talking about GTA RP. I'm talking about GTA RP. Not like role-playing in the bedroom.
I was like, oh my, you could be addicted to like a kink?
No.
Well, I mean, you probably can. I don't know. Sorry, go on. GTRP? Yep.
But it ruined my life. Like, it physically ruined my life. I was playing for 16 hours. I was playing for like, I would wake up early to play before I streamed. I would stream it the entire time. I stopped like fucking covering the news and shit for a while. It was ruining my personal relationships. I had no free time. I would literally be in front of a computer for 16 hours to 18 hours a day. And the reason why I use that as an example on top of like my more adult and more, rugged and real addictions, the reason why I use the No Pixel one is because like, I think a lot of people on Twitch could probably relate to that, where I gained so much weight. I lost all my muscle. I started literally getting fatter. I didn't even recognize it at first. I don't know what the fuck was going on. I never went outside. I never talked to another human unless it was like literally in a video game. Like that shit fucked me up. Fucked me up for a while. And it took a long time to recover.
Now I understand why you like cold turkey stopped.
Yeah. And it's not the same for everyone. A lot of people can actually just be fine and manage it. I was not one of those people.
I did a little bit of Googling while you were talking. So I think what I wanted to understand was the different types of addiction. So apparently there's physical and behavioral. Physical relates more to drug addictions. Typically, behavioral is like food addiction, porn addiction, gambling addiction. So that's kind of like the differentiation, but they can both impact your life to the same severity. However, I do think gambling addiction has far worse repercussions, not just to you, but also to those around you than something like porn addiction might. Also, the rates at which people can be addicted to either thing are very different. And ultimately, just allowing the showcasing of gambling on Twitch is going to have a much larger impact on how many people become addicted to gambling than someone showing off their cleavage on a stream.
Yeah.
Just saying.
That doesn't even work that way. Like you don't.
I know.
You don't like see Amaranth and go, no. Oh wow, I'm gonna become a hot tub streamer now, and like there is an epidemic or. There's a fucking epidemic of like people becoming hot tub streamers. Like that's not how this works. It's just that's entertainment. It's not. I don't know how to describe it other than you're like the barrier of like becoming addicted to watching hot tub streams is drastically different than getting addicted to gambling, which there's plenty of empirical evidence to suggest has the highest rate of suicide out of any addictive disorder, with 1 in 5 attempting suicide. Trigger warning. Talking about suicide, but it's sometimes called a hidden addiction as it has no physical symptoms, and that is part of the reason why it is one of the most suicidal, because like there's no like external qualities, like your body is not decaying in the same way that it would if it's for like any other category. You know what I mean? Any other kind of addictive disorder. So it's just more like that. I mean, you saw it with Slicker. He was able to do this for 3 fucking years. Like, you know, he was able to do this for 3 years without people recognizing that he was doing this.
3 years?
Yeah, he started at 2019. He asked me for money in 2020, but he said he started in 2019, like at the end of 2019. And
I feel like it really, really ramped up in the last 2 months, though. Because I know if he asked me, he must have been really desperate. To ask me, bro?
Yeah. I mean, he asked me again. Like, I gave him money in 2020 when he asked, and then he didn't ask for a while, and then he asked me again, like literally in he asked me again last month, and it had gone up like a lot. Like the first time he asked me,
unrelated, but he's not the first content creator to go around asking a lot of people for money.
Yeah, you and I have talked about this before. Yeah, you're absolutely right.
And I'm really curious why the others did it. But there's no way to know if it was like related to gambling or not, so.
Yeah. Spill the tea? No, I mean, it doesn't matter. He even asked your clip channels for money? Wait, what the fuck?
Wait, really?
That's crazy.
So random.
I mean, he was just like, he was going crazy on the timeline. He was just like anyone and everyone, you know? I mean, that's, you don't get to scam $300,000, which is like an insane amount of money without, you know, trying everybody.
Oh,
no, it was a joke. Oh shit, it was fake. They're lying. People were lying.
One other thing, a lot of people immediately go to compare, you know, the issues that we have with gambling streams to people promoting alcohol or alcohol-related events and sponsorships. And
yeah, I've talked about this before.
Cetera.
I talked about this before as well. Super easy. If a 12-year-old could materialize alcohol the moment that they saw it on fucking screen, right? When they're watching Misgif or whatever, whoever the fuck's doing an alcohol sponsor stream or whatever, if that like automatically materialized in your fucking bedroom and you could drink immediately,
the equivalent
then yes.
exchange.
Then yes, there would be a need to heavily regulate that as well.
I agree. Not only that, you know, ease of access matters a lot, but at least personally speaking, this is one of the reasons that I've never ever taken an alcohol sponsorship. And let's be honest, alcohol advertisements are very, very prevalent already. Gambling streams are something that... No, yes. Let me explain. Gambling streams, at least within this community, this platform, this circle that we are a part of, have not become like that normalized yet. So why wouldn't we try to stand against it? Are alcohol sponsorships or advertisements good for children? No. What the fuck can I do about that right now? Honestly, not too much, so I'm not gonna fucking talk about it right now.
Yeah.
Even if I disagree with it, right now we're on another topic, my friends, and at least something that I feel like we have a higher likelihood of having some sort of impact on right now.
Yeah. But remember, like I said, you know, DraftKings fucking sponsors everything.
Yeah.
They're all over Twitch. They're all over Twitter. I recently retweeted something. It was like trending, Slicker, Hasan, and then DraftKings ad right on top of it. Like, you know, that is just how it is. It's a multi-billion dollar industry, and it is becoming more and more prevalent. The more revenue it generates, the more people it can reach out to, the more it can like legitimize itself, the more money it makes as a consequence of becoming legitimized because these institutions are, you know, aligning themselves with it. The more they can genuinely legislate and lobby the government to ensure that they can continue to you know, go scot-free and destroy any kind of regulation that could exist. It's terrible. What's wrong? That was a big sigh.
Sorry. That was such a notice me sigh. I didn't mean to. I was actually just sad because when you said that, I don't know, it just makes me realize sometimes how many problems we have.
I mean,
we live in a society, you know, and sometimes it gets really, really overwhelming. I mean, obviously, I try to do what I can. And even with my tweet yesterday, that's like, you know, like this shit, if you think gambling shouldn't be on Twitch. I know to some people, it's like, you're just virtue signaling and farming likes. You gotta think about, like, what the fuck can I do? Honestly, that's what the fuck I can do. As someone with some level of influence, I can just try to cause more public pressure to try to...
Wait, what? I just
I
lost
accidentally deafened.
Damn, you popped off so hard you fucking deafened yourself.
Sorry, when did what part did you hear to laugh?
As someone, you said, as someone with a large platform, and then it muted.
Oh yeah,
after.
as someone who has influence, like the most that I can do is try to cause some sort of public pressure to try to force Twitch's hand in order to take some kind of action, right? That's the most that I can do, and honestly, I'm trying my best. I'm talking about this shit here with you, with Ms. I'm trying to raise awareness, etc. And even then, like, even hearing about certain other problems just makes me feel so overwhelmed.
Yeah, I mean, welcome to.
I don't know how you do it, man. I don't know how you do it.
Welcome to my everyday existence. Look,
yeah,
the way I see it is what you're doing is the right thing. The way I see it is like, obviously, we're never going to be able to solve every fucking problem. That's just not going to happen. But I truly believe that society can only advance if men plant trees that they will not sit in the shade of. Okay? So you just have to do what's right all the time, little by little. And even if you don't see the change itself, okay? Even if you don't see the immediate change itself, even though these systemic problems require systemic solutions, and even the pressure valve in pushing people to do the right thing, okay, is going to be really, 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 it's going to take a really long fucking time to change. You should still do it. Oh my God, everyone is saying men. You guys are the fucking absolute worst. I swear to God. It's not even my it's not even my quote.
That's
like,
that's funny as
it's
fuck.
just, yeah, and then this shit happens in my chat and I'm like, okay, I'm just gonna shut the fuck up.
No, you did great. Proud of you. Keep talking for a bit. I'm drawing.
Okay. Yeah.
You're
Society
not
grows. It's where I don't even know where it's actually from, but I think it's like a society grows great when old men plant trees in whose shade they know they shall never sit. Okay?
Yes.
So
do things for the future kids.
No, that is how it works. That is literally how it works, which is why, like, look, I mean, this is what I do. I speak out against capitalism on a regular basis. We have thousands of community organizers in my community. A lot of people who have been influenced by this, by the things that I've mentioned. They've joined organizations like DSA, YDSA. They've organized their own workplace. Shouts out to Chipotle, first ever Chipotle organized in Michigan. You know, those are Hasan Reactions that did that. Shouts out to the Starbucks, Starbucks that have unionized all around. Amazon Labor Union. There's so many people out there that have done things that immediately improve their material circumstances. And while that's not going to actually change, that's not going to immediately change society for the better. We're never going to actually like have a perfect solution immediately. You just keep doing what you think is the right thing. And you hope that there is a better tomorrow. You just got to fucking lay the bricks. You know?
Yep.
So yeah, it is what it is.
I made a drawing of what you said.
Like, and people are so cynical immediately. Like, why is he taking credit for this? I'm not. I am nothing without my community. I recognize this all the time. I talk about it all the fucking time. I'm not taking credit for it at all. Saying that this community has people that have actually practiced that. Anyway.
Anyway.
Me dead because I'm 100. Nice shade.
No, you had to see the beginning. So I
no,
drew
I
myself
saw the art.
Yeah,
it was great.
Yeah. Damn. this is some nice shit, you know? And it's nice to think someday someone will appreciate that shade.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyways, but but you're right though. Collective action in this situation is absolutely the appropriate thing to do. It's the right thing to do.
Like, people are just wasting so much time talking about other issues. I had to Google whataboutism a few days ago.
Oh yeah.
And there's just no better term, dude. There's no better fucking term. Oh my god.
Yeah, no. It is a deflection tactic that many people engage in, where they just.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Where they just make my brain fucking hurt.
Yeah. Just that's the worst part about I considered what I call debate lords. The worst part about it is that usually people that think that they're like the most logical, right? People that think that they're the most fucking logical are unironically engaging in the most logical fallacies regularly. What is the misgift tweet? What is that?
Yeah, bro, do you want me to send it to you? Because I'm not logged in on PC.
Bill milking it. Love you, man. Yeah, dude. Yeah, milking it. Remember, I'm doing it for clout. That's why I'm doing it. Whereas, like, it would be infinitely easier. People just like they don't have a reasonable counter, so they just like try to attack what my personal interest in this subject might be, and not because like I have. Not because I've struggled with addiction myself and think that it's like bad overall.
Oh wait, I don't think that account is.
But because I'm like milking it or whatever.
I like the way Miss put it yesterday. He was like, I call this a win-win. Am I getting content out of it? Hell yeah. But I'm also like doing what I think is right or expressing my opinion.
Yeah, Mischief is like talked about gambling quite a lot.
Mm-hmm.
What was the tweet? Did you send it to me?
Yeah, I did. I'm gonna open it on my phone.
Is Miz going live? He said, "Yo, dude, just add me next time. It's really not that hard here at Real Mischief. Seriously, when did you become such a pussy? How in the fuck is Slicker not banned on Twitch?" Says Asmongold. Guy literally used the platform to defraud dozens of people, streamers and viewers alike, and admits it. GDN is still sitting with a perma while Slicker gets to go live and laugh about actual crime. It's an absolute disgrace at Twitch. Trainwreck says, because your pals decided it was in their best interest to use the platform, and the very person that scammed everyone for his horse racing and tennis bets to somehow twist it and wager their war against me, and we both know deep down why the insecure little man is doing this.
For starters,
yeah.
Luckily, that's not about me because I didn't have him on my stream, and I wasn't there for most of the part that he was on Miz's, so I can't speak to that. Okay. But secondly, what the fuck is up with the subtweeting?
Yeah.
And the fact that he thinks it's unfair for us to then relate gambling to him? Bro, it's not even about you, son. Why are you even making it about you?
Because he gambles, and he is one of the largest gambling streamers on the platform. So, you know, every time someone speaks out against gambling on the platform, it directly hurts his bottom line. That's it.
I mean, listen, me and you know that. Does he not get that?
Wait, I can't hear you again. You said me and you know that, and I lost
me and you
you.
Understand that? Does Train not understand that?
I mean, if everyone was like all of a sudden against G Fuel, what? If everyone was what's up?
Miz. It wasn't Miz.
Oh, that's not even Miz. It's just like all random account. I mean,
well written though. Sounds like Miz.
It does. Also, I mean, you know, he is talking about both me and Miz and others like that when he says stuff like that. I mean, he says it all the time. Wait, oh, that is him. People are saying it's his alt.
His alt?
Yeah, that's such a weird alt to have.
It is.
Is gambling allowed on YouTube? Certain kinds of gambling is, but I'm pretty sure like slot streaming and stuff is not allowed on YouTube. Like Ludwig had a poker tournament. You know what I mean? On YouTube. He streamed it out of a fucking casino. But slot accounts and like shit like that, no. There's slot.
My point is just like us talking about gambling in general. It's just obnoxious to have Train like insert himself all the time.
I wonder
To
why
be
X doesn't
honest,
upload a
no
slot.
one really asked for your opinion. Like, everybody already knows. You gamble. You like it. We get it. Don't be so mad at us speaking out about something that we don't agree with.
Yeah.
Honestly, it would do him good to and just keep doing whatever the fuck he wants. Like, that would be more beneficial for him. If he doesn't want hate, if he doesn't want anything to come towards him, just shh.
Yeah, I think he can't stop himself from defending it because nobody wants to be made to feel like they're doing something wrong, right? Like
Well,
when
yes,
I run
but
my
if
like when I run my top of the
people
hour
are
ad break.
against what you're doing,
I had to
Go
do
off.
it. I
Go
missed
off,
the
King,
last
go off.
hour. I missed the last hour. I'm my contract is running like my contract is ending soon, so I'm trying to get my my hours in.
oh, you teasing us a little something? You
No,
got more to say?
No, I don't got more to say.
Okay.
That's it. That's all I got to say.
My point is just like, if this many people are against what you're doing, maybe consider taking a moment to rethink your behavior. I wonder if they do that at all.
No. Why? But like, I'm sure more there is like some underlying moral reason as to why, like I'm sure they feel conflicted. Train started a mental health charity with like what was it, Rise Against the Disorder, right? Or something like that.
Hold up.
And XQC
what
is
does
like
that have
paying
to
off.
do with him gambling on stream?
What do you mean?
I'm just asking.
Well, gambling is an addiction. So I think that if you recognize to a certain degree that you are literally creating other people like yourself, okay. Meanwhile, he's not promoting the charity at a moment like this. Yeah, that's kind of wild. But anyway,
When he did that, was it about addiction, or was it just about like seeking therapy in general?
No, I think seeking therapy in general, but that is a component of it. So I'm sure that is part of the motivation. I think it's a good thing overall, but like I said, I'm sure that there is like internally some struggle there, especially if you yourself are addicted and openly admit that you're addicted, and then you probably feel maybe a little bit like you're getting other people to also experience things in the same way that you are, right?
I understand.
People saying gaslighting to
explain
that
this?
on your chat is fucking ridiculous. This is the most charitable interpretation. I'm not even saying that he's like doing it specifically to fucking market himself or whatever.
Why not?
Oh, people are so mad. Holy fuck.
Well, sorry. The reason I asked that is because to me, at some point, the logic just breaks. For starters, like, if he actually, maybe we shouldn't discuss him.
Yeah, I mean, he's gonna get super mad at that, but
Yeah.
But yeah, look, here's the thing. Ultimately, that is an objective good. If you have, if you're funding other people's mental health.
Yeah, my point is just an objective good.
Thing.
Has nothing to do with his gambling streams, in my opinion. And I don't think they should be brought up in the same breath, because when they are, people are minimizing the harm that gambling streams or his in particular cause.
No, I don't think it minimizes it at all. What do you mean? I think like gambling disorder is an addictive disorder, and you definitely need therapy or counseling for that.
No, I think you're misunderstanding me. I'm not minimizing the issue. I'm saying I'm saying that it benefits him to have us mention that when we talk about his gambling streams. And therefore, I don't think it makes sense too. Does that make sense?
Oh, okay. Yeah, I mean, that
Like,
makes
I'm not
sense.
going to be like, XQC streams gambling, but this one time he donated 10K to whatever. Like, in my opinion, does not fucking matter.
I was just using that as a reasoning for why I think that they probably, because you asked if you think that they're in a moral conundrum, if they feel as though what they're doing is.
But the thing is, he is so adamant about the fact that he's not in a moral conundrum, so I don't think it's fair to relate whatever donation he does to that. Does that make sense? Like,
Okay.
I agree with you. It does low-key showcase that he might feel that way, but then why is he acting like he doesn't? And regardless, I don't think it justifies his behavior whatsoever, so I don't like to bring it up at all.
Okay. I mean, fair. I'll take the L on that. Sure.
No, sorry, I'm not trying to give you an L. If anything, I was trying to like finish the circle of logic for anyone in chat who likely in their mind thinks that. I'm sure so many people at home are like, well, yeah, what he does sucks, but he did this one good thing. And to me,
I don't think no. I don't think it whitewashes anything, by the way. I make no mistake.
No,
who
with
you know who does
I
this?
completely agree. My concern is with the viewers.
Yeah. You know who did this?
Mm-hmm.
The Sackler family. The Sackler family have a company called Purdue. Okay? A company that produces OxyContin. They were sued by the federal government for billions of dollars. They created opiates.
Yes.
So they turned
have you watched
around.
Dope Sick?
Yeah, it's great. It's actually really, really
So
good. Dope Sick is great.
For anyone who maybe wants to learn more about addiction, I highly recommend that show. It's so good.
Yeah, what did the Sackler family do once after they shilled their product, lied to doctors, and pumped it out to pill farms, and got hundreds of millions of Americans addicted to OxyContin and created the new heroin epidemic? What do? They turned around and they doubled down on the profits by creating a drug that you take like methadone, if I'm not mistaken. I don't think it was methadone, but they literally created the drug that you're supposed to take to get off of heroin. They doubled down on the fucking profits. Yeah, Suboxone, right? I believe it was. It wasn't methadone. No, not Narcan. Narcan is a different.
Someone said comparing this to Train is wild.
No, this is not a direct comparison.
Yeah, it's more so like the tactic used. You understand how they are similar, right?
Yeah. Yeah, you're double
like you
dipping
cause
into
the issue and then you try to look good by.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, my text to speech. Yeah, you cause an issue and then you try to clean up PR wise.
Yeah,
by
they made the
providing help
poison.
to those.
They shilled the poison, and they made the cure. Well, not even a perfect cure, but still.
Not even close. Like, I'm curious to know if any of his viewers did end up being addicted, but then they also seeked help through RAD and got better. I don't know. Either way, I think I'd rather just prevent the addiction in the first place, personally speaking.
Yeah. But yeah, for people who are thinking that like gambling is dissimilar to an opiate addiction, it's not necessarily that dissimilar. These are two highly toxic addictions, and it is genuinely so successful. If it wasn't so insanely profitable, someone who's losing $3 million a month or whatever gambling would not be getting paid $1 million a month at the time when we first had this conversation back in 2021. No company, no corporation is giving money to someone because they like their vibes overall. They're giving money to someone because there's a return on investment, and that fucking return is high enough that
there's no budget for vibes.
Yeah, there's no like what do you think? You think like Steak is sponsoring XG and Train because like they like the vibes? Is that why? They're just literally losing money because everyone that watches them is going, "Oh man, they're sucking so bad at they're sucking so bad at gambling that I'm never going to gamble ever again." Actually, same with Aiden Ross.
Oh yeah, to those asking, why aren't you talking to Twitch about this? We've already tried,
Yeah.
and it's kind of fallen on deaf ears or no real response.
What is that?
Oh, you're watching my stream. So my friend released these bracelets and a bunch of other jewelry on Shiro.studio. But the white one isn't out yet, so I wanted to tease it.
Oh.
What the hell is this text to speech?
Anyway,
Website Shiro.studio. I'm so sorry for advertising on your thing. Just know you're supporting a small business, okay?
Okay. Well, no, I hit it already.
Sorry.
It's done. No more hashtag
Only because
ad.
you asked.
No more hashtag ad.
No more.
Yeah. I don't know. 24 Frames of Nick. I don't know if 24 Frames of Nick is like serious about this or not. Maybe he is. He wrote a tweet longer.
I thought he was. Connor replied to it, right?
Because he's a memer, right? I mean, maybe he did. That's the conundrum.
Oh.
When you're a big memer
Yeah,
and you like
but I
come
don't
out with
think
something
so.
serious, all of a sudden it's like seeing everyone recently talk about the ills of gambling. I feel it's best I present my own issue and personal struggle with gambling. I discovered online gambling on stake.com last year in May from Twitch streams that I am a massive fan of and still watch every day. Last year I was doing very well. My YouTube was paying me very well for my size. I made a lot of great investments. I had 20,000 in my bank account and nearly 40,000 invested. But then I discovered online gambling. I started small and won big. I won $40,000. This was amazing for me, and I thought it was nearly too good to be true. That same day, I lost it. I lost it very fast. And then I pulled more money out of my bank account to chase that loss until my bank account itself reached zero. Then I started to touch my investments, losing all of it in the span of 3 days. And for the next year up, until very recently, I nearly ruined my life. Every single cent I earned from YouTube, I put right into gambling. Every sponsor and AdSense and everything I used to gamble and chase my losses. I then applied for credit cards, multiple. And at this current time of my life, they're all maxed out, leaving me with over $50,000 in debt. In just 1 year alone, I gambled around $250,000. I only just now stopped online gambling because I deleted the account I used on the site. I'm in a fortunate position. I make good money when I work hard, and I enjoy what I do very much. But even someone in my fortunate position pushed their addiction to the point where it almost became impossible to live. My account would be negative thousands of dollars each month. In order to sustain my gambling desire, I would withdraw money I didn't have, and any money I was making barely mattered because I would lose it the second I earned it by putting all of it into a very easily accessible website. It hurt the relationships around me with my friends and family and put me into a massive depression. Currently, I'm still in debt and one day see a future where I can work hard to better myself and pull myself out of it. But many people will not be able to. Many people will do this very thing to themselves no matter what position they're in. Whether they're fortunate or not, they will ruin their lives and go into debt all because a website is a click away. I just want to say that the streamers who showed me this site, I still watch their gambling, and I haven't even tried interacting with them about it because my addiction just wanted to justify itself like it was some fun, cool thing because I was someone who was making good money to afford it. But I can't anymore. I ruined myself, and many people will continue to ruin themselves just like me. I never get personal about my own life or anything, but I really just wanted to share that even people like me who have become fortunate can end up in a cycle of gambling without any sense of an end in sight. I do not blame the streamers for my own adult mistake, but I strongly encourage anyone who knows of the site's existence to never touch it or delete any account they might have. Gambling is a plague, and I hope anyone currently struggling with an addiction like mine stops immediately. Connor texted me and he said Nick is 100% serious. Yeah. Oh, okay.
Damn. Well, I appreciate him sharing that. I think
Connor, can I read your text out
it
loud?
makes a big difference.
Can I read what you? Maybe not the
Who's
family
Connor?
part.
Connor eats pants.
Yeah. Not the family part, but
Hasan is quoting. What's his full username?
Connor eats pants. Who is friends in real life with
sorry,
24 frames of Nick.
24 frames of Nick. That one.
You can share. He says Nick is 100% serious. He's been in debt for a while, and we all been helping him behind the scenes for months. Okay, I won't say the family part. His story is one of the ones we went to Twitch with months ago, and it fell on deaf ears. Yeah.
You know what makes me especially sad?
What?
Some of the viewers of these gambling streams, obviously are likely fans of the streamer. It feels like the very same people who are trying so hard to defend this behavior are the same people that we're trying to protect. And like they don't even realize it. It's like we're trying to help you, not hurt you. You're not even the one doing the things sometimes yet, but you could be someday. Yeah, they think they're above it. It's just crazy. Like they react in such an angry manner when it's like, bro, you're who we're talking about, and we're looking to help you, not prevent you from doing something you want to do. If someday you wanted to gamble responsibly, you could still do it. It doesn't mean it needs to be promoted on Twitch. I don't know.
Oh,
just makes
shit.
me feel like they're
Miskiv is like
so
Miskiv
deep.
is using his main account to counter train now.
What did he say?
He said, if we're going to deplatform people for scamming others, shouldn't we have banned you for Jolt Coin a few years back, is what he said.
Bruh.
He went to the fucking archives for this. By the way, what you're describing is something that I experience on a daily basis from people who like simply refuse to understand my position or see it in a charitable fashion. And it sucks, but you know, you got to keep your head down and keep pushing through it. No matter what people who oppose you in that situation. Did you just fall off your chair?
Yeah.
What the fuck?
It was a very spicy tweet. What
That's
can
a deep
I say?
cut. That is a deep cut.
Sheesh. I respect it.
Yeah.
Well,
I'm not defending streamers. Oh fuck, I missed it. What did they say? Okay, never mind. I missed it. You banned them? I'm not defending streamers who gamble. That's their issue to gamble. But if you can't control yourself gambling or you get addicted knowing it's bad, then that's your issue. No one else's. Yeah, you don't have to ban this person. I mean, it sucks, but I mean, they're definitely a Trump supporter. It says everything is
you'd
always.
probably get banned in my chat. I'm tired of hearing shit like that.
No, I banned too many people. I'm trying to not be as trigger happy.
It's rhetoric that is so void of empathy. Why the fuck would I want you as a chatter in my community anyways?
God damn. Well, I like to keep them as pets usually. That's why.
Pet.
Yeah, no, we have pets.
I have enough pets.
That's true. But yeah, no, it is. But usually, I like to look at commentary like this because I think that there's a good educational jump off point, like the one that you just used. When I say pet, it's like a humorous way of looking at it, but the real reason is because I like having opposing viewpoints to argue against within the chat.
Yeah, but I feel like those people will always exist.
Yeah.
They'll always make new accounts. Yeah.
But yeah, he says, but if you can't control yourself with gambling, you get addicted knowing it's bad, then that's your issue and nobody else's. This is a very libertarian approach to living in society. And unfortunately, it goes against like literally the foundational principles of building a civilization. You're not a Neanderthal living in a fucking cave, my friend. Okay? There are rules for a specific reason. Yes, we have seatbelt rules, for example. One of the most simple things I can talk about. Okay, you have a law that you have to fucking wear a seatbelt because it saves you from getting into larger trouble when you get into a car accident. Okay, there are drunk driving laws specifically designed. I mean, alcohol is legal to drink. Driving is legal if you're over the age of 18 and you're responsible. Okay. Why can't you do both? Right? Maybe you can, drive drunk responsibly. Maybe you're just the fucking best at driving drunk. Not 18. Sorry, I went Turkish with that one.
I zoned out. What?
I'm talking about why there are drunk driving laws. You know what I mean? Like, oh man, I can fucking responsibly drive drunk, right? No, there are fucking rules on purpose so that we can we oftentimes are too stupid, okay? How many fucking idiots do you encounter on a daily basis? We're too stupid to save ourselves, which is why we get together and collectively decide there has to be some fucking rules.
Period. Period. Ah.
Oh my God.
Tell him. Talk your shit.
Connor Eats Pants says, oh my God, I'm so good at drunk driving. Sob emoji. Like I'm literally the GOAT. Yeah, me too, Connor. I hate that they're restricting our freedoms, brother. The nanny state. Oh,
Hasan, if I say period, you say
period, Is that what
I
I'm
already
supposed
did
to?
the
I've seen it.
If I say period, you say period,
Period, Is that
period,
good? Period,
Thanks, Grandpa.
Oh my God! Stop! I don't know these things.
Your
I don't know.
sounded literally painful.
I don't know these
You're
things.
supposed to sound like a bad bitch.
I don't. I'm not a bad bitch.
Do you want to learn? I could teach you, but I have to charge.
I like how you don't name drop too many gambling streamers. Brother, what do you want me to do? Fucking, call every single one out? Like,
Maybe that wasn't sarcastic. Maybe he meant it.
I have. Many, many
On God,
times.
I couldn't tell you any other gambling streamers aside from Train and XQC, so I don't even have any names to drop.
Gave away 3.5 million USD and paid for my core community's mental health care before I even touched gambling on stream. And Hasan and Pokimane, Mischief Frog spread fake news. I know they did a tax write-offs.
Wait.
All you do is pump
New Train
disinformation.
tweet. Are you going to send Maya and Mitch to railroad and blackmail me like you did those girls to cover up those sexual assaults, you fucking scumbag piece of shit? You want to come at me and make shit up, then you better be sure you don't live in a glass house, you insecure... I'm lost.
I don't even... Holy shit. Are you going to send Maya and Mitch to railroad and blackmail like, dude, all those girls cover up the sexual assaults, you fucking
Wait, what
scumbag
does it
piece of
mean
shit?
to
You want to come at me and make
railroad
shit up?
him?
Then you better be sure you don't live in a glass house, you insecure pussy.
I literally just read it. What does it mean to railroad him?
I don't know. What the fuck?
Oh, like override?
What?
I'm confused.
I don't even...
High road. I don't know, man.
Misgive said, it makes no sense. It really makes no sense. It makes no sense in my chat. I don't know what the fuck.
Why isn't Miz in my chat? Miz, what the fuck?
Yeah, that's fucked up. I don't even really know what he's saying. Oh. This is like, I mean, the platform is like fucking falling apart.
I disagree. I think Twitch has always thrived on drama. It's more of the same.
Yeah, I mean,
like, think about it. Every single top streamer has spoken about this. And the more popular you are, the more you've talked about it. Whether it's you, Miz, XQC, Asmin, like literally anybody. You borderline cannot be a top streamer on Twitch without talking about drama or being involved to some degree. And it's kind of sad, but
yeah, no, it's for... I mean,
reap what you sow in this community.
The easy way out of this is just by being like, oh man, it's for clout. You're doing it for clout. Or maybe you think like, or maybe that's just projection from you and that, people do genuinely feel like there are certain things that legitimately hurt the audiences overall. I don't know.
Well, I mean, if this wasn't related to gambling, I probably wouldn't have talked about it, only because I feel strongly about gambling. But generally speaking, my point was not that I'm better than anybody else, but just that if you notice objectively speaking, this platform has a lot of drama and people really like it. And I think it's because streaming in general is pretty parasocial, whether you want it to be or not. Spending hours watching someone, you get really invested. And one of the things that people get really invested in are these little details, the drama, the backstory, everything. It just is what it is. And then it turns out that all top streamers cover it or talk about it or get involved.
Yeah. And anyone who thinks this is like a new issue for me has probably not kept up with the many times I've spoke out about this openly, which I do legitimately suspect is part of the reason why me and XQC's relationship soured over the course of the past year. Straight up.
Period.
Period.
No, you are I'm Period. I
don't like this. I mean, we need like a fucking Twitch council to like get together.
Wait,
and
you've seen the video, right?
What video? Yeah, there's a video that like they sent me. There's a video they sent me of like they put me in the video or like me yelling.
Let me show you the video and then you'll understand.
Okay, I gotta pee real quick.
I thought you'd seen it.
I gotta pee real quick before you show me the video.
Break. Yeah.
Okay, here you run my chat.
I got you.
Okay, are you a mod
Hi.
here? Here, I'm modding you.
I think I am. I don't really recall.
You are a moderator. You can go ahead and fucking
Period.
clap cheeks in here.
Period. Let me pop out his chat. Hello to all the Hasanabis. Do you guys want me to teach him how to period Like, I'm trying. But if it's annoying to you guys, then I won't. He's an old man. But I feel like it's so fun. Like, you know, imagine us fucking going hard. Can't believe shouldn't be on this pop. And I'm like, period, and he goes, period, and then, you know, like, it hit, no? Damn, that sucks. For anyone that hasn't seen the video, it's this girl who does a rap, and so many artists have stitched this, and then they actually do a sick rap, like, on top. I guess the goes first. I can't. Wait, you guys probably can't hear it. Well, I'm gonna put it in his chat if you want to watch. But this part where she doesn't talk, there have been like really, really popular artists who stitch this on TikTok and then they rap in between. Wait, so they went viral. It's quite funny to me. So, how's life?
Back.
Welcome back. Tic-tac. I'm so sorry. I don't know the history of that TikTok, so I can't speak to it. I just thought
Did you send it to me?
To see, yeah. I just thought it was funny to see artists hop up on that beat and join her, you know?
Why?
If there's anything wrong with that, sorry.
Are they canceling
Honestly,
her
don't
or
worry
something?
about it. I have no clue.
Period. Period. Period.
I know this.
Period.
They are? I'm so sorry. We're not
like,
period-ing anymore.
Okay, her tongue is alarming. It's like, it's scary, but yeah,
this
no, this
might
is
be
what I
weird
saw.
to say, but I think this is one of the least alarming tongues I've seen on TikTok.
It's just like, I don't know, it's... Borlo, not my fucking reaction. What's the original tweet? Just show me the original content, please, instead of the Hasan version that I'm reacting to. Just like, oh my god.
The Hasan version.
Don't do it. Black Twitter already hates you, bro.
Really
yeah.
Catchy, though. Really?
Not Not all, but when I duked it out with the Barbs, I did the cardinal sin of I did the cardinal sin of ratioing Nicki Minaj on Twitter, and then when that happened, whew, oh my God, Barbs came after me, and I'm very sorry about it. I'm so sorry. I will never say anything bad about Nicki Minaj ever again. No, this is just the reaction to it.
Oh shit, I gotta go. I can't believe someone in chat had to at me. Pilates. Thank you to my secretary in chat.
Yeah, Nikki responded to me, and it ruined my life for like a week.
You said that so earnestly, like it ruined my life.
No,
Okay, I have
it was
15 minutes.
Not great.
I have 10 minutes. I have 10. I should be early. I have 10 minutes. What shall we discuss for the last 10 minutes?
Okay. What can we discuss in the last 10 minutes? I don't know. I mean, we talked about gambling. We talked about the platform. Are you going to TwitchCon?
Ask your chat.
Are you going to TwitchCon?
I was gonna, but I still might. But
I'm in the same boat. That's interesting that you are also in the same boat. Yeah.
Oh, why is that? I mean, your contract renewals, but something unrelated to that?
No, that is part of it. Yeah, for sure.
So what else?
Yeah. Okay.
Or is there anything else or any other reasons?
No, that's most of it. That is like part of it for sure. I mean, I like it. The thing is, I love TwitchCon. I love going to TwitchCon. I love, the main reason why I love it is because like you get to hang out with all these streamers that you normally only interact with, over the internet.
Mm-hmm.
And it is genuinely like a fun experience to just, get to see them in person and hang out in private.
Do you have any reservations about going?
But now I feel like it's just gotten, I don't know, like there's a lot of drama now.
Yeah, I kind of feel the same way. And the gambling stuff has made me very sad. I think sometimes in situations like this, I feel like I almost end up having too much exposure to like the loud minority that I really hate. And it just puts me off of like all Twitch related things, sadly.
Yeah. I think it puts a bad sting on the platform for sure.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It doesn't really make me want to hop up over and be like, woo, hey, everybody. But whatever. We'll see.
Yeah. Streamer cage matches? No, I don't think anyone is gonna actually fucking, genuinely do something silly
no,
or
not
stupid.
Not that kind of concern about drama in person.
No,
it's more so just, the vibes, Dude, TwitchCon in like 2018, that was the shit. I feel like kind of a hipster saying
Oh
that,
wow,
but...
I'm sorry. Pokey's favorite TwitchCon was one I was not at.
What's your point?
That's awkward.
No, I'm
cool.
kidding. I'm just saying.
No, it's fine. I get it. No, it's chill.
Sometimes the earlier and smaller events, you just look back on them so fondly. It is a very hipstery way of looking at it, but it's the truth. Sometimes, obviously, I wouldn't have it any other way. I like how mainstream Twitch has gotten, but it's hard not to look back at it and be like, "Oh, I miss the good old days." That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, I feel that. When we were all smaller as well, like relatively smaller.
Oh my god, remember? I think it was a TwitchCon EU, and it was like one of the first times we met a lot of the people that were on Austin's show. And it was just so fun to all kind of meet up in the middle of nowhere in Europe. Well, not in the middle of nowhere, but
Yeah.
It just, very wholesome vibe. Before the pandemic.
Yeah, I mean, the pandemic definitely blew up the platform, and there are wonderful new content creators and wonderful new people that are watching Twitch and that's great.
Yeah.
But also because it got so big, I feel like it has ruined like I mean, there's just a lot of people that
I arm wrestled XQC.
are no longer the same. Yeah, exactly.
I don't want to say ruined because I feel like that's, I don't know if elitist would be the word, but kind of like exclusionary in a way, where it's like it's only good if it's small. I'll just say it's different.
Yeah.
What does your chat want us to talk about?
Chat, is there anything you want? Is there anything you're asking? Gaslight, gatekeep? We're not gatekeeping. Is there anything you want to talk to Pokey about?
Not just me. To watch us discuss.
Talk about getting
Y'all-
sturdy.
What does that mean?
No.
You guys
No.
are talking about, like, you want us to talk about Train's tweet. I read it. I don't fucking understand. So, and I think he's not even talking about Miz. I think he's talking about someone else. But I cannot speak to it.
Yeah, I don't know what the fuck that was about. But XQC also dipped his hat in the pool and said, "Oh snap," and then like the zipper mouth face emoji.
To Train or to Miz?
Yeah, like under Train, supporting it, I guess. From Miz offline chat.
Yeah,
No,
I
he's
think-
talking about Slick when Maya and Mitch went over to talk to Adriana Lee. Oh, okay,
He's
that's what it
talking
was about.
So he's talking about something that Slicker might have done.
No, not
right?
Slicker, Crazy Slick.
Oh, Slick, something that Crazy Slick might have done. But that's still not Miz, you know?
No, he's just. I think he's just trying to find anything and everything he can. But
Your
it's
friend
also
did some weird shit that I heard about. Okay.
yeah. But what is it? Adriana Lee tweeted and said, "Realest thing I've ever heard. When did all these virtue signaling narcissist streamers become suddenly activists? Am I supposed to believe that there isn't some type of agenda here that you actually care? Realest thing I've ever heard. You know who these people are behind the BS exactly, and they still get away with it." Who's
Literally,
Adriana
how do we
Lee?
benefit from speaking against gambling streams? How? What agenda? The agenda of caring about other people? Crazy. That's fucking insane.
I thought like Crazy Slick, like this is not a defense of Crazy Slick at all. I don't know the exact details of this, but didn't this like pop off on LSF or something, and then Crazy Slick came out and apologized for it and said that like he was going to get therapy or something. I don't know. But the idea that like we're virtue signaling is of course something that people say all the fucking time regardless. It's just something that you're always, if you ever come out with your genuine opinion on something and it rocks the boat, and especially if it fucks people's bags up, Pokey, they're going to yell at you and they're going to find any way and every way they can to say you're in the wrong here. And if they can't actually address the points that you're putting out there, they're going to try to undermine your personality. They're going to try to undermine the argument by just attacking you as a person and trying to figure out if there's like some underlying reason as to why you're bringing this up. I mean, people say that all the fucking time. That's why one of my number one hater thing is always like, "Oh, I'm a grifter." And it's like, dude, if I was a fucking grifter, I would be a right winger. It's the easiest way to make money. No one is ever going to fucking yell at Ben Shapiro for buying a house. You know what I mean? Like Ben Shapiro's worth like what, 45 million fucking dollars. It's just that's it.
It's a good thing. I really, really could not like if you gamba all day on stream, no offense, but I just don't really care about your opinion about me. So, I mean, they can throw out whatever conspiracy theories or pretend like we might be benefiting in some way, but to be frank with you, speaking out about gambling as intensely as I have been, especially in relation to Twitch, not even in relation to these specific streamers, like they're really just going off. Like, if the shoe fits, congrats, Cinderella. But what I'm doing, if anything, puts my relationship with Twitch, sorry, what's the word? Hasan.
It's
In jeopardy.
It's in a contentious. you are in a contentious
It puts
relationship.
my relationship with Twitch at jeopardy, which puts my own bag in jeopardy. And yet I am still standing up for what I think is correct. And I'm sorry if that makes them feel insecure or makes them second guess their behavior. Like, so the fuck what?
Yeah.
I have a Pilates class to get to.
All right. Well, Pokey, thank you so much for coming on and talking to me about
thanks
this
for
stuff.
chatting. This was fun.
Yeah. We'll
Next time we're both mad about something, let's chat again.
Yeah, no, I'm down.
All right. Have a good one.
Bye.
Bye.
Twitch.tv/Pokimane, everybody. Not that you didn't know already. Of course.